Welcome to our channel CAD Modeling Friends. Today I will show you the application of some important tools and commands which could be of a great help while working on Tinkercad. The first tool that we are going to work with is Workplane tool. Inside Tinkercad, the first thing that you may notice is this big blue grid known as the workplane. And whenever you want to drop any figure, any shape from this shapes tab, it will be dropped directly onto this work plane. Let's say if you want to work on this box, it will be dropped on this work plane. See, you can also change the work plane by just clicking on the work plane tool. Let's say I want to change my work plane on the top of this box. What I'm going to do is drag this work plane and release it on the top of this box. The new work plane has been set up, and now any shape that I want to work on with will be dropped on this new work plane. Let's say I want to work on this box now, it will be dropped on this work plane. Also, you can change this work plane on the Z axis of this figure, which would be the front of this box. Again, go on the work plane tool and change the work plane towards the Z axis. Now let's say I want to work on this sphere. It will be dropped on this new axis. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about is the shapes. We just had a rough look at our shapes panel. Now let's have a brief look and see what else is present there. We can see a box, a cylinder, sphere, roof, cone, and many more objects. All these are basic shapes, and by combining them, we can create more interesting and complicated objects. We also have a text over here. We can edit this text and say whatever you want to say, which is an interesting asset for us to use. We can also see a star here. With each and every shape, there comes a lot of different editing options. For example, here in this star, we can change the number of endpoints. We can also change the radius as well as the inner radius. So if you are not finding the shape that you are looking for, you can edit any pre-existing shape and give it a new look. Now all these were basic shapes. There is a hell lot of more things that you can see in this drop down menu. You can use all these shapes at your disposal, so without creating anything you have a tons of options to start your work with. Now the next thing we are going to see is how to move different objects. One of the major things that you're going to do while working on Tinkercad is moving the object. So here we have a box, and I want to move it on the other side of the work plane. For doing so, there are few different methods. One of them is that just click inside the box and drag it wherever you want. Also, you can perform this same activity by using keyboard's arrow keys. Just click on the object and press any of the arrow key on or in which direction that you want to move this box. If you think that this is moving too slow, just hold on to the shift key and then press arrow key. It will jump a few units further. Uh, there was one more method for doing so is if you want to drag it straight by just merely clicking on it, just click it and then hold on to shift key, then move it uh, straightly in any direction you want. It will always move in 90 degrees. Now, if you want to move this object away from the work plane, that means if you want to move this object upwards, what you can do is click on the object. You can see a small arrow over here. Just hold it and drag the object upwards or downwards. See, this has moved away from the work plane. You can perform the same activity by using arrow keys. Just click on the object, then press Control, hold on to Control and the upper key. If you do not press the Control key, it will just move along its y-axis. So the next thing that we're going to go through is the rotating command. Along moving, there is also rotating. So if I have a cone here and I want to rotate it at an angle, then I have a few options there as well. Select the object, and you can see these two-headed arrows, 1, 2, and 3. Each of these arrows signifies their own respective axis, that the axis of 3D work plane, that are X, Y, and Z. So if you click on any of these arrows, for example, I click on this arrow and drag the object, you will make the object rotate. Now, if you want to rotate this object at a specified angle, what you can do is just click on the this double-headed arrow and change the angle. Like right now it is 0 degree, I'll change it to 180 degree, and the rotation operation has been performed. As we can see, the cone totally flipped. Now the next thing we are going to go through is how to change the segments. When working on Tinkercad, you may notice that many of the shapes have rough surfaces. Like if we zoom into this sphere, you can see that a number of squares are distributed all over its body. These spheres are actually known as polygons, which are responsible for the resolution of this object. If the number of polygons increase, they will increase the resolution of this object. So there is a way that we can increase the number of polygons by just clicking on it and increasing the number of steps. So if I increase the steps, you see the number of polygons also increased, and uh, it will give a more satisfying smooth finish. And if we decrease the steps to the minimum value, now this is hardly recognized as a sphere, but looks more like a gem, right? So now if I move to this box and click on it, it will give more options that we were getting on sphere. And if we increase the value of steps, it will not do anything. But when we increase the radius, the box will end up looking like a dice, and the polygons are now also visible. Now we can increase the steps, and this will also end up giving a smooth surface. uh, Increasing the resolution will also lead to the increase in the size of the file. So I will suggest you, when your object is large and closer to the camera, only then increase the value for steps. You will notice that in all the shapes of the shape tab, they are associated with a particular color. But don't worry, you are not stuck with that color. For example, if you are taking this dice here, just click on it and go to here, solid. You can see a bunch of colors that you can choose. For example, I'll take this blue color, and my dice is now converted into blue from red. You can even customize your color by clicking on the custom, and you can change it to any color. One of the coolest feature that I like about this color tab is that you can also give a transparent look to your image. Click on the transparent button and the object will turn transparent. This can be really helpful when you are making any kind of a window or a windshield of a car. Then this command could really help you.
Thank you for watching this video, friends. Do like and subscribe our channel.